So team, welcome to day 2 of performance testing training and live project. We will see what our agenda is. We will go through day 1 review, what we have seen. We will see performance testing introduction, some of the concepts of performance testing, the terms used during performance testing. So we will see that particular thing today, and today I will provide you the LR installation. So I will show you from where you need to install the particular trial version. So let's start. Team, if you have any queries, questions, as like discussed earlier, we will be having at the end of the session, so that all your queries would be answered, okay, properly. So in day 1 session, we have seen what to expect at the end of this training, who is this training for, then some of the prerequisites, very like few basic knowledge required about the software testing concepts, and what would be covered in the entire performance testing training, load runner and JMeter. So we have seen all those things. So team, any questions in day 1 session, do let me know. We can take at the end of the session. So let's start with performance testing introduction. So performance testing, okay, the term performance testing, what it means. I will just open a notepad please, or a word pad. Okay, performance testing. I will just increase the font so that it will be visible clearly. Okay. Okay, this would be good enough. So here, performance. Okay. What is performance? Speed, then throughput, then throughput, speed, etc. Okay. So we are testing some aspect of the system or application. Okay, to see how fast the system or the application performs under particular workload. See, this is very important. Workload. I will let you know what this term means, but this are some of the terms. Speed, throughput, a workload would be used in performance testing. Whenever a project starts, and when we start with requirement phase and all, so these terms would be like used very often. So today, for just example, we will take example of google.com and understand this particular definition. The project application would be different, that we would see in the next session, which application we would be focusing for the performance testing training and the project. So that would be different. Okay, team? So just for an example today, I have opened a google.co.in. Okay. Now here we will just understand the performance testing definition. In today, like most of it would be a theoretical part. So just like, but it's very necessary to understand the concept of performance testing. So please bear with me. So here now we will understand. Here it's saying performance testing is a testing that is performed to determine some aspect of a system or an application, how fast, okay, perform under a particular workload. Now suppose I want to see how fast I get a Google search output. So suppose I search performance testing, okay, and I click on search button. So I get this result or output immediately. So see, we need to measure like some of the critical functionality, you can say. Need to measure response time. What is that? I will let you know. Response time of some of the critical transaction. Even this transaction word, we will see what it means. Okay. Now, what is response time? Team, it's the time taken to do a particular activity. I will just mention. It's time taken to do a particular activity. Activity or action, you can say. Okay. So the main focus in performance testing of any application, we need to see the response time of that particular transaction. Now transaction is set of action or activity. Example here is Google search transaction. Okay, we have put some text in the box, text field, and clicked on search button. So that is our transaction. We are doing some activity or action. So that is our critical transaction we have identified. Okay. So this is the response time. It's the time taken to do a particular activity or an action. Okay. So this is about the performance testing. Now, what is workload? Here right now, only one user is accessing a particular application. But say suppose 10 users accessing the Google search functionality at a time. Okay. So this we want to test in performance testing. So this is called as a workload. Like it is under a particular load, say 10. Here we use virtual user because we are not using the real users. We are using virtual users. Okay. So we are doing through a tool, performance testing tool, in which we generate virtual users to put the load on the application. So always term as virtual users in performance testing. we never use real users, because say suppose if we want to run with 1,000 users, you cannot have 1,000 users to be assigned for a particular application and doing the performance testing. No, then there is no point in doing the performance testing activity for a particular project or the application. Okay, so here real users are replaced by virtual users. Users replaced by virtual users. Okay, so this we have seen about what is performance testing. So these are some of the terms you need to be aware of, like what is workload, then what is like how fast some aspect of a system it is. Like we have taken an example of Google search. So this we want to see how fastly it gives me the output and how much time it gives me the output or not. Okay, so that is important. Then response time is important term that we will be using again and again, because during execution of any particular application key, we need to measure the response time under a particular workload. Okay, so you should be aware of this term so that it would be easy for you when you get into a project, or when we do a project here, live project. So you would be working on that particular project or totally end to end. There are different phases of performance testing that we would be seeing ahead. So you would be working on all those phases individually. So it would be a good experience for you to work on a real life project kind of thing. Okay. Now, whenever a application, suppose this is the application coming to us for performance testing, there are some objectives associated with that particular application. Objectives for performance testing. Okay. I will just take this in the next page. There it is. Objectives of performance testing. Okay, so suppose this application is coming. This is totally a new application. So we can test new application, or already performance testing of this application has been done. They have added a new functionality called a search. Okay, so they have added like 2-3 functionalities, or not only one functionality we test, but they have added 2-3 functionalities. So they have added new functionalities to the application. So either when we do performance testing, either it is a new application or any new critical. You can say critical, okay, not just functionality, critical, because it would be affecting your business if it is not working, or if any problem is there in that functionality. So new application or new critical functionality to the application is added, or like suppose we have already tested this particular application under, suppose say 100 users, okay, but now I want to test this application for say 500 users. So I want to know the capacity of that particular application. So you can say increase in user base. So that also will be like why we do performance testing for that particular application. Now this application, like there is some 1 CPU box, 4 GB of memory. So you want to test under 2 CPU box and 8 GB of memory. Okay. So these are, you can say, as a configuration. These are configuration information or settings of that particular application or the server of application or the server. So this is also a point like why client thinks, okay, their application should go into the performance testing because they want to see the effects of changes in the configuration, like under 2 CPU box and 8 GB of memory, how that particular number of virtual users would perform for that particular application. So they want to see that as well. Okay. Now, like application has lot of bugs, or you can say bottleneck. Okay. So to find the bottleneck, we need to do performance testing. Okay. So these are some of the objectives, you can say. One more thing, like whenever a new version of the software is upgraded, you will be able to do, you need to do performance testing because the version will be affecting sometimes the performance of the application. Okay, new version of the software. Okay. So team, we have seen what is performance testing, some important terms used in performance testing, and how we like what are the objectives of performance testing. Like an application comes to us, but there must be an objective why that application has come to us for performance testing. Okay. So this is the reason some of the objectives we have seen for performance testing. Team, if you have any queries or questions related to this, you can note it on your side, and then when we end our session, before the session ends, we will like answer all your queries. Okay. So this we have seen objectives of performance testing. So that's the reason, like suppose this is your, now we will see why performance testing is necessary. Okay. So these are some of the topics you should know like before we proceed with the actual scripting components of the load runner or say JMeter. So once your concepts are clear, whenever an application would be coming to you for a performance testing, you should be thinking in that particular way, like what is the objective of that particular application, or why is the performance testing is necessary. So here, why performance testing is necessary? To have the critical transaction working properly under a workload, performance testing is necessary. Like suppose this is application, new application. You haven't worked on this application. It's directly deployed in the production, goes live, okay, and your system crashes. This application crashes, not available to the users. Then there is a loss of business, your brand value, and you will have less user base than expected, because users would be opting for other options similar to this particular application. So to control this, we should do performance testing of each and every application which the client thinks that is critical to his business or his company, or to the expanding of that particular revenue and all. Okay, so that is why performance testing is necessary in today's you can say scenario, because of also the complex architecture that we are having across the application. So these are the reasons why performance testing is necessary. There have been situations where in an unexpected what you can say situation where users come to your application in large amount, or you can say very large number of users access the application. There have been cases the application was crashed out, and so that had resulted in this loss of business, brand value, and they have lost their users. So these are the things, important things why performance testing is necessary. Okay. Now, before understanding, knowing there are different types of performance testing, we should just understand actually what is the difference between manual testing and performance testing. Okay, so I will just open a Excel. Manual testing and performance testing. Okay, so first of all, we focus on functionality rather than performance. Okay, functionality of the application. Like example, I will just again open the Google. Whether I am able to input some text in this particular box text field, whether I am able to click this particular search button, it's working or not, whether I am able to type numeric and alpha characters as well in the text field. So this is related to the functionality of the application. So in manual testing, we focus on the functionality of the application. Like we give the input, application does some processing, and we get the output. So we know the input as well, and we know the output. So we should compare whether we have got a proper output according to the input that we have put it in the application. And in performance, we focus on the performance of the application rather than functionality. Focus on performance of the application rather than the functionality. Okay. Here, real users are involved, and here virtual users. So suppose if you want to do test application with say 5-10 users concurrent means at a time, doing some kind of activity. Okay, so we can test in manual testing, but if we want to test for say 100 or even like 50, 80 users, it would be difficult in manual testing to do the same functionality at a time and to get the response time. Okay, so that is difficult. So here like real users are involved and here virtual users are involved. We don't use tools to do any kind of testing. Like for defects or bugs, you use either Quality Center or Bugzilla, but that is a kind of a repository tool where you like put in the defects and the users would be solving it. Okay, and we here use a tool especially for performance testing. Okay. So here we test all the functionality and we focus on critical business processes. Okay, or you can say critical test case. So these are some of the differences like for performance and manual testing. Team, one thing to be remember, we start performance testing only after manual testing has been completed. Because we need a stable environment. So, like once we identify our business scenarios or processes or test case, we need to identify the test data which would be required, because sometimes we would be required around thousands of data for the particular business process or the test case. So we need to identify all these things. So there are different phases in performance testing. I will just list out those phases here, and okay, so I will just open a page. I will just list out the pages here. Okay, this is the requirement gathering phase, in which we gather information about that particular application and all the things. Okay, so today we would be just seeing a list of different phases, and when we actually start with our like the training, when we focus on a particular actual application that we would be taking up in the training, we would be seeing how we actually implement those phases in those particular in that application. Requirement gathering, then next is test planning, okay, next is script creation, next is script execution, or you can say scenario design, and then execution, and then analysis, where we actually analyze the results. Okay. So these are the different phases involved in performance testing. Okay, that we would be going through each of the phase when we take up the application. When we start up with each of those, like taking the different components of load runner and all, we would be taking all these phases. Okay, and when you actually we will be working on a live project, you would be doing all this phase yourself. So you would be having you can say a hands-on experience on all these phases. Whatever like documents and all we prepare, and whatever scripting or then scenario design execution we do, you would be doing it yourself in the live project. Okay, so we have seen like what is performance testing, then some of the concept, objectives, why performance testing is necessary, and difference between performance and manual, and also different phase of performance testing. Like these are the phases for any application that comes to you for performance testing. It's not that we can skip any one of this phase and would proceed directly with the execution and all. No, you have to follow all these phases. Sometimes if the application is small, you don't need to actually go through this requirement gathering and test planning phase. You can directly start from script creation. But for most of the application, the client would be like specifying that he wants the requirement and test planning phase as well. Okay. Now here we talk of the term performance testing, but there are different types of performance testing. Okay. So today we will just list out types of performance testing when we proceed ahead for like scenario design and all. We will actually see how each type differs from the other. Okay, first is the load test, then stress test, endurance test, or soak test, fight test. Then you can say like for every application that is not a performance test, but here you can say smoke test or checkout test. Okay. So these are list of performance testing types. We will see how each differs from one another going ahead. Just to because right now just going through the definition will not make sense. So just listing, and then when you actually we will see how it is different and how we design the scenario, that would make sense. Okay, team. So I am just listing it here. The types of performance testing. So team, we have seen the performance testing concept introduction. Now I will just let you know how do we install, or the steps for installation of load runner. Okay. So after this we can I can take up your queries and questions regarding today's or the day one session. Okay, I will just open this particular link. I will guide you right now how you do the, like, from where you need to install the particular software. Here you need to go to demos and docs. In this, you need to go to trial software, click on download HP LoadRunner evaluation, media evaluation. Okay, and you need to register yourself, and then the installation would start. Okay, you need to fill up this and then accept the terms of services, and then you can download the software. Okay team, so this is the link. I hope you are clear, like how do we install the software. So team, any questions, anything, any queries for like today's topic, any term you haven't understood or anything, do let me know. Team, let me know please. Yeah, you can post your questions in chat and then I will be going through each of them. Okay. Please let me know. No questions, no queries. All concepts are clear. Yeah, let me know. What are the questions through chat? Will the JMeter will be the same like this? The tool is different, different method of doing the scripting and optimization of the scripting, designing of scenario. So both are different, LoadRunner and JMeter. The requirement gathering phase, test planning phase would be same, but script creation, scenario design, execution analysis will be different. Okay. Any more questions? I hope that answered your query. Will the web application tested by that? It will be tested by both the tools in the live project. In the training part, I would let you know a business scenario through both the tools. How do we actually proceed? And then in the live project, you would be working on the project and I would be solving the queries. Okay. Okay, great. Team, anyone else having query? Any questions of today's, like any concept or any term not aware, not clear? Let me know. Okay, I think no one has any questions or queries right now. We can end our session. In the next, we would be seeing the application that we would be taking in our project, and then would be going through the requirement gathering and the test planning phase. Okay, so where you will actually there are some we would be going through the requirement template and all. So, but that would be in the next session. So, I think if no one has question, we will end the session. Okay. Thank you so much, team, for your time. Thank you so much.